So over the last few years of talking to people about buying a business, I found there's two common threads that come up most of the time. They either buy a competitor or they buy a completely unrelated business just so they can say they've done a deal and they've bought a business. In this video, I'm going to talk about why either route is probably not the smartest strategy when it comes to growing your business. The reason we share these videos is because we're passionate about helping smaller businesses compete against the corporate takeover of most industries. Customer convenience and access to capital means small businesses will mostly die out before the end of the decade if they don't adapt and start thinking about new ways of running the business. We work in partnership with established 7 and 8 figure businesses to create new product offerings and new business models. And then we position and package them up to compete against their corporate rivals. We create and invest in alternative ways of doing things to create industry leading brands. So let's get into the video. The problem is with both of these routes is that neither are very strategic. If you're buying or merging with another business, you have to dedicate time, money, resources, and energy. And all of that could be spent on doing something much more strategic instead. And if you think about it in a more strategic way, then the payoff will be much bigger as well. So you might be wondering what I'm talking about. What could you do differently to make the process more strategic? So let's get into how you might do that. The first thing you have to do is to think about what is the end result? What do you want this end result to look like? So let's take an example that's easy to understand. Think about an electrical contractor. It provides electrical services to various types of customer. Nothing difficult to understand about that. Now let's assume currently that business provides those services within a 30-mile radius of Manchester. So your end vision is you might want your business to provide services across the Northwest, Yorkshire, and the West Midlands. So that's your end result. Let's keep that in mind. With that picture in mind, what have you got now? And what pieces are missing? So you've got an office in Manchester, you've got staff based within a 30-mile radius of Manchester, and you've got a customer base in that area as well. The pieces that are missing to make your end vision come to life are the customers, the staff, and the office space in both the West Midlands and in Yorkshire. So those are the pieces that you need to get access to from buying or merging with another business. Now, you might say that that's obvious, but bear with me for a minute. So let's look at the main benefits you get when you buy a business. First, the valuation multiple will normally increase. And if you don't understand how that happens or what I mean by that, I've got other videos that go much deeper into that. So go and watch them. Second, there might be an opportunity for sharing resource across the two businesses, whether that's some kind of equipment or whether it's staff members. This business might not have a salesperson in Manchester, for example, but by buying a business in Birmingham, that might have a sales manager. So by bringing the two together, the Manchester office might be able to use a sales manager on Birmingham. And then it's shared assets. If you've got two businesses relatively close together, then perhaps moving both into the same office, it will probably save money on rent. And you can normally get a discount the larger that the premises are as well. And then there's all the duplication that you can cut out. You might get bigger buying discounts if you combine buying power as well. So all of that might create, let's say, a 20 or 30% cost saving to the business. But the real value is created from the last two benefits. The first, being able to cross-sell to clients. In other words, selling your product from the Manchester business and selling it to your Birmingham customers and vice versa. And then the final benefit that adds lots of value is having access to new product offerings and other people's IP or intellectual property that you can then cross-sell. Let's look at the various options you've got when it comes to finding other companies to buy or merge with. So the first thing you can do is look at buying or merging with a direct competitor like we've talked about. That's a business that provides the same service to the same group of people in the same location. If you can buy or merge with a direct competitor, it means you own more of that local market. The next, you could look at a business that provides the exact same products and services but in a new location. For example, you might want to have a presence somewhere else. So you could look for a business in another region. A third, you could look for a competitor that serves another sector or another group of customers that you don't currently serve. And then you can look at what other products or services your existing customers might want to buy and look for companies that might be able to provide those offerings and then buy or merge with them. The trick isn't to think about what you provide right now, but instead, what could you add to what you already do? What else could you sell to your existing clients? But when we're talking about synergy, what else is your client buying? If you're acquiring or merging with a company to provide that cross sell to your clients and vice versa, you want both businesses to be in what I would call the same product family. So what does that mean? The client has to see a clear mental connection between what you do now and the new product you're offering. So let's say you're a plumbing company and you provide various types of plumbing services to your clients. Now, if you buy a business that provides financial advice, well, your clients aren't going to see the connection. They're going to think, what does a plumber know about financial advice? And likewise, the other firm's clients, they'll think, what does a financial advisor know about plumbing services? There's no natural connection between the two. So to make that connection, you have to stick to the same product family. So for that electrical contractor, the product family would be the services within a building. So that could include gas services, electrical services, air conditioning, and refrigeration. You can clearly see the connection between all of those services. And you'd probably trust that the same person from any of those trades would be competent enough to deliver any of them. So the problem is, like we talked about before, if you buy a competitor or a direct competitor, you have nothing to cross sell. And so there's no opportunity for either business to grow. The only benefit you get with this route is the potential cost saving, which you might make up 20 or 30%. But if there's a clear connection between those product offerings of each business, you get to realize all of those benefits of buying a business. And all of those businesses have the opportunity to grow within that group. And that's the strategic way to find the perfect business to buy. If you like this video, please check out my other videos on how to find the right joint venture partner or the other growth strategies that you can use to grow your business.